Hi, everyone. Are you a mom that is struggling detaching with love? That is something that I hear a lot from moms as well. And so I want to dive into that today. But for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked this difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And when her life spiraled, so did mine. And so on this topic of detaching, so this can apply to any of you, whether you are fully estranged from your child or maybe things are just kind of rocky right now. At the end of the day, being able to detach is crucial for your own health. Okay. So detaching with love instead of anger, because many a times we take things so personally that we say that we're going to detach, but what we do is we put this wall up. We put this detached wall up around our own life and to keep our son or daughter out. Now, there's times where you have situations where some of you are dealing with some really difficult situations where you do need to put that wall up, right? So, but let's talk about this for the majority of you, where detaching with love means establishing healthy boundaries for yourself and your son or daughter, right? Cultivate that emotional independence for them as well as yourself. And it's probably not something you really thought of as a grown woman, right? As a grown woman, adult, you really don't think about fostering your own independence because we have to break that situation in our mind where we're just a mom. We have this identity of just being a mom. And being a mom is, for me, one of the most important titles, the most important jobs I've ever had in my life. And I don't regret any of it, even with all the hurdles. But many times we get stuck in that. And so did I. We get stuck in just being a mom and we don't know who we are anymore. So also practicing self-care. So all of these things to say, let's dive in. Let's start with boundaries, okay? So detaching with love means setting different boundaries around your life and recognizing where their responsibility begins and yours ends. So detaching, for some of you who have younger kids, maybe you are struggling with a situation with the relationship with them, but you're also learning to detach. Like, how do I start separating my life from their life? It doesn't mean I don't love them. You're doing all of this in love. How they take it is up to them. So we want to make sure that they have ownership of their choices, their actions, how they handle this and other things. But being able to detach with love also allows you as mom to prioritize your own well-being, because that's the bottom line here. You have to take care of yourself in this process. For some of you, this is going to be really hard. And for some of you, this is exactly just what you need right now. Just a little encouragement and push to like, okay, it's time to detach. I need to separate my life from theirs. It doesn't mean I don't love them. It doesn't mean I don't want a relationship with them. It doesn't mean I don't spend time with them, for those of you that are able. So talking about emotional independence is really helping your son or daughter realize, like I said, where their responsibilities start. And also you not fostering your actions or your decisions to rescue or fix their situations or their problems or what they've got going on in their own life. Many times I hear a lot of, grown children who are addicts, and the mom really is needing to separating those situations, separating your own life from their problems, right? You still want the best case scenario is to still have that bond with them, but you need to separate yourself from their problems. And so that helps break codependent patterns. It helps encourage literally self-sufficiency for them because they're realizing that they have to do this on their own. Now, they may get angry about that, right? And what does that tell you if that's the case? Either they've been trained that you're always going to take care of things, and maybe you do this in as a process. You do this in steps. You don't have to do this. It's not like one and done and you're out of here. It's not what I mean. So there's some of you that have to do it that way, and there's some of you that you need to make this maybe a little bit longer process. If your son or daughter is willing to do their work, then it becomes helping them, right? It's not enabling if you're helping them, but they're doing their part. They're playing their part. Focusing on your healing, focusing on your self-care practice. What does that look like? You need to figure out what you need to heal. You need to figure out how do you nurture yourself emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. What are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that make you tick? What are the things that get you excited about life again, maybe in ways that you haven't felt in years? Again, I think the biggest thing when it comes to making the separation is we feel guilty. Moms feel guilty, like, I'm letting go, right? You're letting go. You're not moving on from them. You're moving forward, and you want to encourage them to move forward in their own life because this is their life to live. They're going to make these choices that they're going to make, right? And with those choices come consequences, and those consequences are not yours. And too many of you are living in those consequences that are not even yours to bear. So I want to encourage you with all of that, encourage you with the boundaries, encourage you with fostering independence for yourself and for them, and then also practicing the self-care and focus on your own healing physically, emotionally, spiritually. Because if you've been doing this for any amount of time, I know that you're not well. I know that you are struggling with your health more than likely. If you're struggling with stress, it won't be long and you'll be struggling with your physical health because one comes right after the other. Unfortunately, I've had too much experience with that, and I see too many moms going through that. And so this is where I love my group coaching program. If you're interested in hearing more about that, I can let you know if I think you're a good fit for that particular type of environment. You can fill out the discovery call link below, and that is a consultation where you and I will have a one-time consultation where I can understand more about what's going on with your situation, and I can let you know how I can help. And whether it's one-on-one coaching, group coaching, or just continuing to watch my YouTube channel or whatever the case may be, I will make my recommendation for you and what I think is best. And so I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.